All right, welcome back to another show, everybody. This is you, May Roscoe. I am he. This is OG Zo on the side of me. Down at the bottom there, we got my man Smoov. And today's show, we're gonna talk about body shaming. We're gonna talk about fat phobias. We're gonna talk about should that be a thing in our society still, especially given where America is. America isn't known as the most healthy country, but yet and still a country like that has the nerve to have a certain body standards rather. So we're going to talk about all that stuff. But before I get to go into all of that, first of all, how y'all guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What's going on, bro?
I'm good. Another day, another 50 Cent, man. Glad to be rocking out with y'all guys. And
glad to be here.
Yeah. So we gonna jump into this shit. My man Zo, as usual, he's the master at coming up with these gems. And today he's got some more for us. He's gonna actually show us a couple of videos of some ladies who actually have something to say about this whole fat phobia thing. So we're gonna show you clips of these two ladies expressing themselves about this whole issue, and then we'll go ahead into what we have to say about it, basically. So I'll let Zo go ahead and do his thing.
Hey, bestie! You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult PreK lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Zoop, catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do understand what you're saying, but let me tell you why you're wrong. And don't worry, I'll be less condescending about it. To start out, being fat does not make you part of a marginalized group like black people or disabled people, so that's one huge problem with your argument. And second, the reason why all fat people can be lumped together and people can say that they don't want to date them is because the vast majority of overweight people have a non-genetic lifestyle trait in common, which is the overconsumption of food. You said yourself that it's fine to date someone based on lifestyle preferences such as liking kayaking, so why is it a problem to say I don't want to date someone with unhealthy eating habits?
Okay, no, let's have this conversation because, as a fat femme who has been out most of my life, I'm turning 30 in January, and I came out around 16, 17, tried to come out whenever I was 12 because I knew, and my mom freaked the out. So went back into the closet for a few more years. But I'm just gonna say this, and it's probably gonna piss off a few people, but a lot of queer people mirror how cis men treat fat femmes in the queer community. And y'all don't want to work through your fat phobia. And matter of fact, y'all will deny it and treat us like shit. Because I've had it happen multiple times. Multiple motherfucking times.
Yeah, no, that's
Man.
I mean, both of these ladies said a mouthful, man. But first of all, I want to ask Zo. What did you think about what we just heard first?
I'm scared for my kids. What type of world they're gonna grow up in?
Man,
Where you can't even have preferences. You say the wrong word that was picked out that morning, and you're banned for life or whatever. I don't know. It's it's so conflicting how she like my preference to dating as like racism.
And you're speaking about the young lady in the yellow.
Yeah, because she was like, it's just like saying you don't like black people. Like, no, that's if you're saying that's like two different. You're conflicting two different things. Like, it's not even
No,
comparable
it
because
isn't.
on so many different levels, it's like no. And I mean, I get, yeah, you should be proud, but there's a way that you can make things better. You can be big and you can be healthy. That's fine. But don't promote it like that's the life that everybody should live. Everybody should be on a best. I'm not in the best shape. You know, I could always do better. But if I want to change it, I have to do it. You know, I have to skip out on, you know, the snacks or, you know, cut out this, you know, walk a little bit more here, lift some weights there. You know, I have to take the brunt of it. It has to be on me. So, and if you're stuck in that mind state where it's like big is beautiful, yeah, big is beautiful, but that's just because you like people grow or people are born on so many different like. There's no just one scale anymore. There's everybody is different. You know, you have people that are short, people that are small, people that are bigger. Yeah, there are bigger people, but if you have conditions that you could be taken care of and you may not have that as many medical issues that you have when you're it's a fact.
Mhm.
So it's like I don't think that's something you should promote, but I mean you might not look at a big girl right away, but then you might fall into her personality. Is that wrong? No, that's just your preference. That's how you fell along. Oh, you can't be judged on your preference like that. Like that's like as simple as dating. Like if you like somebody, love has no color. Like how is it even? That's the way that she conflicted it. It was just so weird.
I mean, I mean, that was a basic point. I think that was to be had up in there, but you know, yeah, no, I think she was confusing a little something. She was kind of ran off the track a little bit at the end, but Smoov, let me ask you this: like, what would you say to the people who are in it? Because what Zo spoke about basically was how the person who's dealing with the issue of being a bigger person out here, how they would deal with it, how they would deal with things. What would you say to the people who are into the shaming of those people?
Grow up, bro. Everybody can't be the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't meant to be small because, okay, for example, if the world was one color, it would be boring. You know what I'm saying? So if the world was just, everybody was just skinny models, it would just be boring, bro. You know what I mean? So you can't hate, you can't talk about people because of their weight or the way they do certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like that's, because I'm a big dude, you know what I mean? And I grew up, you know, in the project, south side of Chicago, Wentworth Gardens. You know, I done heard it all. You know what I'm saying? And it used to bother me until, you know, I used to go and talk to my mom. My mama said, baby, they talked about Jesus. And it used to go over my head. I'm like, what? Until I started getting older, I'm like, you know what? I got what you're saying. You know what I mean? And you can't let nobody words hurt you, offend you, because they been dumbasses. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who's going through that, yo, just don't let nobody words hurt you. Don't let nobody, the way they look at you, make you feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? You beautiful on the inside and out. If they can't see your worth, if they can't see it, that's on them. I feel bad for them. You know what I mean? I pray for them. Yeah. So, you know, people that do that, Joe, they got a problem, B.
Yeah. No, I think it is an issue. I just find it funny in especially given today's world, you know, I can only speak for, you know, like the Black culture, because that's the one that I'm living in. But I know what I do see in that a lot in today's world is, you know, a lot of bigger people who are not only comfortable with their weight and their size and all that, but there's people are more accepting of bigger people, I think, now than I can remember any time in my history of being alive, at least. You know, I do hear a lot of like big guys is winning out here. You know what I mean? That type of mantra has been out here for a few years. You know, big girls is winning out here. You know, you'll see a lot of bigger women. You know, you'll even have ones that's in the public eye, like Lizzo. You know what I mean? For instance, she's a very confident person and puts herself out there, you know, and has no issue with people seeing her in all her glory.
None at all. None at
Right.
all.
You know, so yeah, no, I do think that it is cool for people to be accepting of however they come, however God built you. And you shouldn't allow people to shame you into feeling some, you know, some type of way, you know, just because you are how you are. But I do have to say that in being realistic, you know, that there is a health part of it that I'm sure that all big people are aware of. You know what I mean? So if whether it was me or if I had somebody in my family, you know, I would bring up stuff like that if it became an issue, because not with all big people is that even an issue. You know what I mean? Like I've seen, amazingly enough, some big people who carry their weight very, very well, move very, very well. You know what I mean? I seen some fast fat niggas.
Yeah. I'm one of them, boy. Hey.
But it does, and it goes to that too, because it's like it comes with a balance. I mean, you can be bigger and you can be healthier. I mean, it's just like it's cutting stuff down, because when you are heavier, you're more prone to some ailment that could be deadly. And that's what it ultimately means. It's not like don't love yourself. Yeah, love yourself. Do it for you. At least get into moderate shape. You know what I mean? Like, do enough for you that you can feel comfortable with. Right. You don't have to be a bodybuilder all of a sudden, but you know, but start eating a little bit healthier, come up with a little bit more of a responsible choices.
And that's crazy. My bad. Go ahead.
And then it'll just generate. I mean, it's not even about not loving yourself, because you should love yourself, but
you always should
love yourself not to eat yourself to death, because that's like the craze where, and it comes to a point. That's why some people poke at Lizzo, because I think she glorifies it to a point where it's okay for it. It'll be the new normal, when it shouldn't be. Because I mean, people of all races die from
now I don't know. I don't know if I've seen like Lizzo like pretty like endorsing eating as the way as
no, but there are people out there that are famous because they eat on camera and do all that, and they're more heavier set.
Yeah.
So it is a venue, and that's what I'm saying. It glorifies one, but you may not even see how they collide, but they do. Like, it's just how it's another outcome of that.
I gotta say this. I gotta put this out there for the world. YouTube, I need you to look me right here. All fat people don't be eating all day, yo. That shit is, I don't know where these motherfuckers get this retarded ass shit from.
They making up some shit, G.
Yeah, they're making up some shit, my nigga. The fuck? Nigga, no, nobody, no, my nigga. I
Say
don't do that
they
shit.
ain't finna do you like that, G. They ain't
They ain't
finna
finna do me like that, my nigga. No. Every time I see a motherfucker on TV or something, they eating. What the fuck?
Oh, these motherfuckers, they crazy, man. But
They crazy, man.
no, but I do think that at the end of the day that yeah, I don't think that shaming should be a thing, you know. And skinny guys get it a little bit too, you know. Like I was saying earlier about how, you know, today's climate and big guys, big girls, they winning, you know what I mean? I done seen some skinny dudes, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say me per se so much, you know what I mean?
Right.
But even though I've seen some of that, but yeah, no, there's some skinny shaming out here going on. So, you know, that is a thing in today's climate, but I'm not going to trip about that, and I'm not going like hold a banner for those people because they definitely not going through the same trials and tribulations as you know, our bigger brethren, you know. So so yeah,
No, but it is kind of different between men and women, though. You have to kind of do accept that it does kind of, because men are more visual creatures. We kind of eat with our eyes before we go in. So
yeah, it is different. It is,
and then
the
you
acceptance,
even see at the end when the person in the end was talking. They even said that it was the same in the community. It was the same in the LGBT community, that
right.
They get treated like, and that's the male version. You know what I mean? That's like a male. I don't know how the works.
tread lightly,
From
brother.
what I
Tread
from
lightly.
what I kind of
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't
super
know,
lightly.
so I don't want to do that, you know. But it's like, yeah, from what I thought I could gather, that's what I thought that it was kind of equivalent to. So
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just it's I don't know, man. I think people have too much time on their hands. Like, what happened to the creativity? The just, I don't know. Read a book. Do something else. Like, it's
it's always easier to cut up on a person, especially when you think that you know, the standard, or well, we don't think, we know that this country's standard for bodies is usually not the bigger person. You know, the skinnier people are always put out there in the forefront. This is what's classified as beautiful, and all that other stuff. When I'm not a believer in that at all, and I never have been.
Yeah.
For me, I like women of all type of shapes, you know, and that's always been the case. Like, I like them however they come, you know. Sometimes I like them big, sometimes I like them short, tall, skinny, you know, however, you know,
Right.
as long as they spirit right, you know, or they, you know, and they look beautiful in a lot of different ways, you know what I mean? It's some big women out here that, man, they can get it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they can really get it, you know, and so, like, I don't play into all that just because society says this is what you should be chasing after. That's not for me, you know. But you know, any last words on this subject, y'all, before we get up out of here?
I'm good.
Yeah, just be healthy.
Yeah, be healthy, because I'm sure about to get in the gym my damn self.
Yeah.
Like, that ass, like, for real. So yeah, get healthy, man.
Yeah. No, I always say that I'm gonna get in the gym, but you know, it'd be hard for me. I'm a smoker. So every time I think about the gym, I hit a blunt, and then I'm like, you know what?
He's like, I forgot about that. He's like, what was I supposed to do?
Right. You know what? You know what I mean? I can always hit that motherfucker tomorrow, you know? So yeah,
I was supposed to go somewhere.
Yeah, but with that being said, y'all, if y'all like this show, hit the like button. Also subscribe to the show if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. It's You Made Roscoe on YouTube, of course. We also have the page on Facebook, You Made Roscoe. We post the videos there, so y'all can see them there if y'all don't see them on YouTube. So yeah, with that being said, we are going to get up out of here. We're going to enjoy the rest of our day. We hope that you do the same, and deuces.